Healing. I've learned lately that healing and just changing is such an uncomfortable, like, it's such an uncomfortable journey. Like, and a lot of times, a lot of us get too comfortable being comfortable, but that we forget what it feels like to be uncomfortable and to heal and to change, and thinking we just supposed to be this picture perfect image, or that healing's supposed to be this picture perfect image. But no, I've learned that healing is messy as fuck. Like experiencing this for the last 2 3 years, going through spiritual awakening and just like healing and changing is uncomfortable, it's tough, it's challenging, it's going to really push you and really change you, because I learned in order for a diamond to be a diamond, you got to put pressure on it. You know what I'm saying? You got to put pressure on that diamond. And a lot of the times when we get pressure put on us, or we get uncomfortable or anything, we get to like, oh shit, I don't like this, I'm gonna go back into some comfortable, I'm gonna like go back into that old way because I'm uncomfortable with this new. And that's okay, you know. We're gonna have those times in healing, or when we changing or going through a spiritual awakening. We're gonna have times where we wanna dibble and dabble in the old and go back to what's familiar and go back to what's comfortable, because it's just such an uncomfortable journey. And it really pushes you to your limits. It really requires you to feel a lot. It requires you to feel. It requires you to be able to sit with that pain, sit with that hurt, sit with that trauma. And whether it's cried out, write it out, you're going to have to transmute and feel it no matter what. And a lot of the times, I've realized this journey requires a lot of stillness. Like healing and changing is uncomfortable, and it's also require a lot of stillness. And today, we so used to being stimulated by the outside world and by outside things that when we get into that stillness, it's a little uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. We like, this is a little too quiet. I need some stimulation. I need something. Like, we so used to being doing stuff, and we so used to being on a go. And like when you come aware to just like healing, like, and changing, you're gonna have to realize that, okay, this requires a lot of processing. This requires a lot of stillness, and it requires a lot of patience and awareness. Because I've learned, like, a lot of people get uncomfortable with healing and fall back into them old ways. And like I said, it's okay to fall sometimes, but don't get stuck at that fall. Don't let that fall knock you down and you can't get back up. Because a lot of the times, that's what we tend to do sometimes when life get a little too hard, or we fall, but we can't get comfortable laying on that ground. We're gonna have to get back up. You know what I'm saying? We have to get back up. And that's one of the most hardest things and one of the most beautiful things, because it's just like, you know, it's messy, and we gotta stop thinking it's supposed to be this picture perfect image. You know, some days we're gonna slip back, some days we're gonna be like, all right, let me do this. Some days we're gonna be, like I said earlier in the video, we're gonna be happy, and some days we're gonna be sad. But it's all about how you make that journey, all about how you let that pain shape you, and how you let that hurt and trauma teach you. Because at the end of the day, I've learned that trauma ain't your fault, but healing your responsibility. Healing is your responsibility. And you can go to a therapist and you can do all that, but at the end of the day, healing is your responsibility, because at the end of the day, you know what hurt you. You know how it feel. And it ain't nothing wrong with getting a little help. Ain't nothing wrong with, you know, reaching out and seeking out for help and therapy. Like, do whatever you do to what you feel like will help you. But at the end of the day, you still gotta be the one to get out the bed every day. You still gotta be the one to get up and to do certain things in life. And for so long, I'm like, healing is uncomfortable. I want to just lay in my freaking bed and sleep, and this is uncomfortable. But I realized in order to have that life I desire, I gotta face that uncomfortableness. I gotta face that darkness. I gotta face that part of myself that was keeping me in this low mindset, this low vibration, this low energy. And I really had to go and dig deep in it. And I'm still healing to this day. Like, you know, healing isn't something you stop. You heal and you learn something new every day. And it's okay. It's okay to feel your emotions. It's okay to not feel like being active or the most energetic every day. Sometimes the journey requires your stillness, your awareness, and just to lay there and feel. And a lot of times we see, oh, I almost fell. But yeah, a lot of times we get to that point and feel like, no, I need to do something with myself. I need to get up. I need to do this. But what if it just requires you to just be still, just lay there and get the rest you deserve and allow yourself to, you know, be okay with not being 100% every day. Some days gonna look like 100%. Some days gonna look like 8%. Some days gonna look like 1%. Some days gonna look different from others. But it's all about that progress, and it's all about your ability to get back up that 1% or do that small thing. Don't ever discredit yourself for that. And me making this video was just to bring awareness and like to healing, and how this healing try to be put in this perfect image sometimes. And it's just like, when you on that journey, you learn that, okay, this not all flowers and, you know, aesthetics, and just it's a journey that requires to take you a lot of energy, dedication, and consistency, because changing is uncomfortable, but staying the same, it might bring you comfortable, but you're gonna feel that uncomfortableness within staying the same. So I just want to say, most importantly, know that your pace is your pace. Don't compare your journey to nobody else's. Don't let nobody else, you know, success or nobody else journey make you doubt your own, or make you feel less than your own, or make you feel like you behind. Because everything is divine timing. Your time to blossom, your time to shine, it's gonna come. But first, the journey for you to get there require you to shed a lot of old ways, and a lot of old ways of thinking, a lot of old habits that was keeping you in that depressed, low, just not really their mindset. And it's uncomfortable, you know. It is uncomfortable. It's not gonna always be comfortable all the time, and I had to accept it, because I just be wanting stuff to be comfort, easy, but it takes consistency and dedication for sure. So if you see this and you're on your healing journey, and you're finding your way in life, finding your flow, finding your path, or building your flow, building your path, and just really healing and being dedicated to healing, have grace with yourself. Be gentle with yourself, because the world has already tried to ruin you before you can even really experience you. So take all of your time, take your grace, get your rest, and know that healing is not going to be 100% every day. And changing and outgrowing certain things, it's not an easy thing. It comes with a lot of tears. It comes with a lot of lonely nights, and just overthinking and all these thoughts, and it gets bizarre, it gets messy. But after you feel all that, you gotta always return and know, I'm doing this for my highest good. Gotta keep that in there for sure. You gotta keep telling yourself, I'm doing this for my highest good. I need better. I need to achieve. I need to succeed. I can't let my trauma, my past, keep me at this low vibrational state. So if you're seeing this, I just want to let you know, we in this together. We in this together. We locked in, you know. And that's why I'm pushing myself to build my community and to connect and put myself out there, because, man, I love connecting with like-minded individuals, and individuals who's going down a similar path of healing and just trying to become the best version of themselves. That should take a lot of effort, and I salute to you and your ability to be dedicated to change and healing, even in the small ways. Even in that small way, give yourself props for that small change and being dedicated. So much love and much peace, abundance, and clarity on your journey of healing and becoming the most beautiful and best version of yourself. I'm out, and take this message, take what resonates, and really feel it within your soul. Love.